We're here today with Laura Carrigan from the QQI. Laura, thank you very much for joining us today. We would like to ask you a couple of things. Just give us a little bit more information about who the QQI are and what it is that you guys do.
Sure. So QQI is Quality and Qualifications Ireland. We are a state agency and we were set up in 2012 under the Education Act. So we have a legislative basis for the work that we do. We have a very broad remit in terms of the functions that we have as an agency, but our key functions really are that we would make awards in the higher education and further education training sector, and we also would review quality assurance in those areas as well. The other functions that we have are we're responsible for the NFQ, which is the National Framework of Qualifications. And our role in that is that we would work towards developing it, maintaining it and promoting it to the public, so creating a greater awareness and understanding of the NFQ. We have other functions as well that have a slightly broader remit in terms of their national and international. So some of the other work that we do is we would provide recognition advice on foreign qualifications in Ireland and also on Irish qualifications abroad. And one of the other European initiatives that we work on is Europass Ireland. So we are the contact office for Europass in Ireland, which is basically a European initiative that tries to, with the aim of really getting skills and qualifications recognised across Europe so that there's more transparency. If people are moving from one country to another, their skill set is easily recognisable by employers.
We're dealing very much with transition year students and specifically also the parents of transition year students. From a QQI perspective, what message would you have for the parents of TY students or students that are thinking of doing TY?
Yeah, I think transition year can be very beneficial to students and to parents. The school system as it's set up means that students have to really think about what they want to do from quite an early age. So there's an expectation that students will have a clear mindset in terms of their career path, and the choices that they're going to make in 5th and 6th year will really impact on that. So that's going to cause a huge amount of pressure on students and on their parents, of course. So, I think part of that stress can be relieved by availing of something like transition year, because it gives the student another year to really think about what their options are in terms of their career choices. It gives them time to mature and reflect on those options, and it also opens up doors into what their possible career choices are. So by availing of transition year, you might get the opportunity to have an insight into a profession that you think you're interested in and explore that, during your time off for that year. I think some of the other benefits of transition year is that it really enables students to deepen their friendships with their classmates, which isn't something that they always get to do because you're so busy focusing on the junior cert and the leaving cert. So, transition year gives you that chance to embed those friendships and relationships and really learn about working with one another. And in a similar vein, it changes the tack of the traditional student-teacher relationship and interactions, and that can mean that you have a better insight into how things will work once you've finished with school and you're into a college environment or a work environment. So I think overall transition year can have lots of benefits for students, but it should be a fun experience. It should give them opportunities that they wouldn't normally have. It should build on their friendships, and it should give them that time to really figure out what choices they want to make for their Leaving Certificate subjects and further ahead as well. And I think Transition Year Ireland really does give students a chance to explore all of those things, particularly with the expo that you have in September, because it showcases the different options that they have, and it's really great for parents as well to attend and the students to get an insight into what's available to the students for the year.
I'm going to go back just a little bit to something you said a little bit earlier about the National Framework of Qualifications.
Yes.
Can you just expand a little bit on that?
Yeah. So the National Framework of Qualifications is a 10-level framework. It's actually coming up to 20 years in existence, believe it or not. It was early development started in the 90s, so it is coming up to its 20-year anniversary soon. It was officially made public in 2003 as an official framework for Ireland. And the framework, I have it here, it's, as I said, it's 10 levels, and it represents all of the nationally recognised awards available in Ireland. It spans from here we have level 1 and all the way over to level 10. Every qualification on this framework is important and can be used, in developing your professional and personal life. The framework itself has awards from ourselves, QQI. We make awards from levels 1 to 10, but it also has awards from the State's Examination Commission. So students, if you've completed your junior cert, you're already on the framework. You're at level 3 on this framework. And as you continue with your studies, you'll progress. If you do the Leaving Certificate, that spans across levels 4 and 5. And, when you go to make your CAO choices, you'll see in that publication there's references to the NFQ and the levels of the awards that you're choosing to do. So it's a tool really to display and convey the qualifications and skill set that you have, and it's a means of employers recognising the qualifications that an individual has as well.
Okay. In terms of your working relationship with Transition Year Ireland, do you enjoy that aspect of the QQI's involvement?
Absolutely. Our involvement with the TYI Ireland, it's in the relatively early stages. We attended the expo last year and we found it really great for us. We're in the middle of a campaign at the moment promoting our QQI award brand, and our relationship with TY Ireland really allows us to engage with students and teachers, guidance counsellors and, transition year consultants that we didn't really have access to before. So we want to get the message out about the National Framework of Qualifications and about the choices that people have when it comes to the CAO in terms of accessing courses at particular levels. So this is a great way for us to explore that and to engage with students and parents alike.
Thank you very much for coming in. If people want to get a little bit more information about the framework or the QQI in general, where should they go?
All of the information that I've mentioned here today is available from our website, which is qqi.ie, and everything you need to know about the framework is on there as well.
Laura, thank you so much for coming in and taking us through
It's
the QQI.
been a pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks.